As a TV hunter and host of North American Hunter, I get to go to some pretty cool destinations. But how far north can you go in North America? Well, I was about to find out. I am Hunter. I was headed to Newfoundland. I was going to meet contest winner Gerald Hedman, and Gerald won a woodland caribou hunt hosted by Newfoundland Tourism and Pine Ridge Lodge.
This is a really beautiful wild country, interesting topography and geography. The most eastern part of North America is down in St. John's.
Our host, Wayne Holloway, he arranged for us to have a great tour of St. John, and there is a lot of history there.
A lot of interesting history is taking place here.
You think this is it?
Well, it looks kind of rough, but you know, I've stayed in worse places.
I've stayed in worse places too.
Yeah.
Any cabin's great for me, so.
Yeah, we got sleeping
guys,
bags.
so you size up the accommodation, eh?
Well, we're not sure. Is this
Yeah.
the cabin?
As it turns out, that's a storage shed.
Oh, God.
And I've checked out the main camp, and
Yeah.
I prefer that we stay there. Well, Jerry, welcome to Pine Ridge Lodge.
Thanks.
Here upon location. I
Happy to be
understand
here.
you're the lucky winner of the world's only woodland caribou hunt.
Yeah, I am.
Well, welcome aboard. There isn't a better place to hunt them than right here.
This looks great.
Oh,
Well,
it's beautiful.
We're all ready and raring to go, and we'll have a good time.
Looks like
Always have a
super.
good time.
looks like a caribou could walk right across there any minute.
The woodland caribou in Newfoundland represent the only huntable woodland caribou herds, but they are not the only woodland caribou in North America. In fact, there were one time woodland caribou in eastern U.S., in Maine, and in New Brunswick and Nova Scotia. Moose were introduced to Newfoundland, oddly enough, and they took a liking to the place and multiplied from the original 6 to 10, I believe, up to the government current estimate is around 125 to 140,000.
Landing at Pine Ridge Lodge, this lodge was beautiful. A nice log setting, right on the lake, or the pond as they call it. Big wood-burning stove, views out every window, creature comforts.
A lot of very, very modern conveniences, and one of the real highlights is they have a very good chef here. Pretty talented guy.
Heading out the first morning, well, we weren't exactly real excited because it was pouring rain. We headed up the trail. Mucky, heavy, marshy cover. It was perfect for moose. But we were gonna blow right through there and get to those big high barrens so Jerry could start glassing for his woodland caribou.
This is a typical caribou rub, and is in a strategic location here. As you can see, all the intersection of these travel routes. And this barren here has a lot of heavy lichen cover. This stuff, and that's one of their principal foods.
Right there, huh?
Yeah, their digestive system converts that to kind of a sugar, candy kind of, as it were.
When we got to the top, it was still pouring rain. Wayne spotted a caribou. I threw my Steiners up and spotted a nice bull, or what they call a stag. Wayne decided we should wait there and glass, and he was gonna move across those barrens, get into position, and see if that stag was still there. We watched Wayne, hopefully looking for that one big wave to come over there, but he didn't do it.
The lunches that were packed by the chef were just extraordinary. Wayne and Kirk would each have a tea kettle, and then each would be making a separate pot of tea. So we had gourmet lunches every single day, and that was really a treat.
Despite the sun coming out at midday and warming up with that hot cup of tea, well, Mother Nature had a little different plan for the last half of the day. The rain moved in again, and just like our beginning hike, our march out was a wet, wet one.
North American Hunter is brought to you by Hornady, accurate, deadly, dependable. Ruger, rugged, reliable firearms. M&P, advanced by design. Can-Am Off-Road Vehicles. Can-Am, the ride says it all. And by Matthews, catch us if you can. Mark Kaiser is up in Newfoundland on a woodland caribou hunt with contest winner Gerald Hedman. But so far the weather has been hampering their efforts.
The next morning, we didn't have rain. That was a good sign. Our hopes were up, our spirits were up, and we started up the same trail. Wayne and Kirk are over there glass, and we're up on these high open areas. I mean, these are just perfect for spotting. You still got your hopes up? We're gonna get into a caribou?
Absolutely, yeah.
I didn't really have any conception of what the weather was going to be like, but you never really know until you get there and it happens.
We set up on one nice knob on a huge, big open area of land. And we all went to work glassing because Wayne knew that this area was the perfect place for caribou to cross paths. But even so, we did not see a caribou that afternoon. And towards dark, we started back. Time's ticking by. Tomorrow, well, it's another day. And I hope we find one for Jerry because I want his contest-winning hunt to be so memorable, he'll always think of North American Hunter. So lucky or unlucky, Jerry isn't feeling good and I get a chance to go after moose today, huh?
That's right. You're lucky, and he's not so lucky.
He's not so lucky.
And we hope you're really lucky we can bag a nice bull.
This looks like an adventure. We're gonna take the boat across to some spots where you've seen moose this season already. And
yeah, we're hoping that the big guy is still around, and I'm gonna take my moose whistle just in case.
Wayne hit some nice openings right away on the way up. Kirk's gonna stay back here, do some rattling, scraping, rubbing, see if we can't get that bull to come out. Further up, the big meadow appeared, and that is where Wayne had hoped to catch a bull cruising, looking for that last cow to be bred. It's toward the end of the rut. Most of the cows have been bred, so when you throw that lone cow call out there, a call looking for a mate, you just never know what's going to come. Well, we worked up to this opening right here. It's a beautiful spot for a moose, and these guys have seen a big bull in here. Problem is, that wind is really kicking up. The forecast is not good.
We had high winds for the whole week, and moose, like other ungulates with big ears, do not feel comfortable in the windy conditions.
Sensing that we were gonna have one heck of a boat ride back, Wayne called the game, we headed down the trail. By the time we had reached the boat, it was pouring rain. And when we headed across, I was hoping this was not going to be a replay of the Titanic. Newfoundland is not granting us any favors. Another morning of rain. It's fairly foggy. Forecast is for high winds today. The seas are a lot calmer today. Yesterday was the ride of your life. At least today we don't have quite the wind yet. Heading up the mountain that morning, we again hit those same openings. Critters were around, we just had to find them. Wayne did his best at imitating cow moose and challenges from bull moose. We just could not get an answer that morning. By the midday point of the hunt, we decided we'd better just take a little break. As we were boiling tea over the fire, warming ourselves up, the rain started. From noon until late afternoon, it poured. It poured so hard, it put our fire out. We had to get a tarp out of the boat and build a shelter. We were waiting, hoping it would lift. It was then that Wayne decided to make an executive decision, pull the plug on the hunt for the day. We jumped in the boat, put our face into the wind, headed across the lake. It's just another horrible day in Newfoundland for weather. All hunting season, Wayne and Kirk haven't seen a week like this. We're just worrying if we're gonna get our flight out at the end of this hunt to even catch our flights back to the States. Whew. I hate to pull the plug on a hunt, but I didn't want Jerry to be uncomfortable either, and I wanted to ensure that Wayne could keep going and get his next clients in. With that, we decided we were gonna end the hunt right there. Now, am I bummed about not getting a moose? Sure. Is Jerry bummed about not getting a woodland caribou? Who wouldn't be? But listen to this, there's always a next time for every hunt.
I just had a great experience here all in all, and I think it was a wonderful thing.
Every year, the North American Hunting Club runs a sweepstakes for one lucky member. The prize? The hunting trip of a lifetime.
Hi, I'm Fred Metzler. I'm from Brighton, Michigan, and I won a contest to hunt moose in Newfoundland with the North American Hunting Club. And this is terrific. We're ready to do this.
A lifelong whitetail hunter,
She's hot.
Fred has never seen anything like this before.
I hope I can shoot a moose as good as I hit that target.
To add to the trip, Fred is hunting with Super Bowl champion Joe Gervicius. Joe may have retired from the NFL, but today his focus is different. Instead of crossing patterns and post routes, it's now all about chasing big game across North America.
Say confidence is high, weather's perfect today. I'm feeling mighty lucky today for Fred, so I think the hunt of a lifetime for North American hunter might come true this morning.
First morning, incredible. We went in probably a couple hours to get back where we were going. Kind of a misty, warm day, not very cold. Got in there and saw some moose on the hillside.
We're gonna work our way up real slow. Take our time, class. As visibility opens up, we'll be able to see back on this hillside.
The guide was in front, I'm second, and sure enough, he spots a moose. Now my heart's pounding. And this is like no other excitement I've ever had. Whitetail hunting is nothing compared to moose hunting. This is unbelievable. So we creep up the mountain. We're getting closer. I can hear the moose up there. I can see him silhouetted up there. I can see that it's a bull, and now my heart is just, it's ready to explode. And the guide tells me, get ready. Is that him? Is that the one?
No, that's a smaller one. Hold up, don't shoot at that one.
He tells me, no, not this one. We're gonna wait for a bigger one. I'm like, wait for a bigger one? Are you kidding me? That one's not big enough. So, okay, I wait.
I knew there was a bigger one behind the brush, and I was hoping he would eventually move down into the same area that the younger bull was.
And then he says, there's another one coming. Well, here comes the second one, and he is bigger. Now my heart is really pounding. And he stops, the guide calls, he says, okay, take him.
Good job, buddy, good job.
Oh, thank you. And he dropped. He dropped with one shot, I dropped him. I've killed a lot of deer, but that is exciting. Nothing's ever been like that. That is once in a lifetime. Oh, jeez.
That's what it's all about right there.
Man, old 65-year-old fat guy dropping with one shot. Doesn't get any better than that.
Today I feel 20 again.
North American Hunter is brought to you by Supercharged Scent Killer by Wildlife Research Center. 99% peak antifreeze. Radiator protection that's guaranteed. Peak. Run true. Burris Optics, home of the Eliminator 3 laser scope. Thompson Center, America's master gunmaker. And by the 4-in-1 Woodsman from Zippo Outdoor.